Do you know what is the most looked at photograph? And do you know what Kodak means? Hi, it's Peter here. I'm driving to pick up a camera that I'm gonna test, but more about that later. Okay, here we are, and I will pick the camera for testing, and after that we will get on with the topic of this video. Okay, now I have the camera, and let's go to the first fun fact. The first consumer color digital camera that was under $1,000 was introduced in 1994, and it was an Apple camera. Can you imagine that Apple released something that was the most cheapest one? Well, things have changed after that. It didn't do that well, and the camera was made by Kodak, and Apple ditched the camera quite quickly until they introduced iPhone, which disrupted camera business. And onward to the next pit stop of today. I'm a busy day today. Lots of stuff needs to be done. We're having a short vacation here in Finland, or an extended weekend. So a lot of things to do before I can, relax for the weekend with some friends in a cottage about an hour's drive from Helsinki. I was wondering the other day that what is the F number of the eye? And it turned out to be that it's from f2.0 all the way up to f8.3. That's what the sources that I looked at said. And like right now, it's really sunny. The sun is shining from clear blue sky, which is always nice. I need ND filters to cover my eye because I can't close the aperture close enough to get proper exposure, if you could say that. I hope the wind isn't ruining my audio here now. It is a bit windy. But it's interesting to find out what the aperture is. But then there is a question about what is the focal length. It's said that the focal length of an eye is about 50 millimeters in full frame. So what does it mean? Well, it means that we see the perspective like a 50 millimeter lens. But of course, our field of view is slightly longer because the way eye works with the conjunction with our brain is that it builds up the photograph from different small photographs that we see. That's why we see wider angle of view. But the real angle of view of an eye is about 22 to 25 millimeters, which means that our eye has a 2-time crop. Not sure if that's the way it is, but it sounds good, so let's not ruin a good story with some facts. The first selfie was not made by Paris Hilton, but it was made by Robert Cornelius in 1839. So selfies has been around for a long time. And let's look at these graffitis here. I photographed this before. The first camera phone was introduced in 1999, and no, it was not Apple or Nokia. It was Kyocera. That was the first mobile phone camera, and it could record 20 images. Not sure if Kyocera was the inventor of it, but it was the first to release a smartphone camera. Or I don't know, to be honest, if it was called a smartphone back then. But anyways, Kyocera introduced the first camera phone in 1999. Then there is the word Kodak. It was actually invented by the inventors of Kodak company, George Eastman. I don't know who came up with the word Kodak itself, but it doesn't mean anything. The way or the why they chose the name was because it didn't mean anything, and it can be pronounced in almost any language, so it works worldwide. But then there is a word Kodaking away, which actually means to photograph. And the name, of course, came from the fact that people were using Kodak brownies. So when you used the Kodak brownie, it was Kodaking away. It's the same thing like we talk about Googling when we search something, or Instagramming when we're taking photos to Instagram, and it was the same type of word. It didn't stick that long. I don't know what happened to it. That's probably something that I should research some more and see why people are not talking about Kodaking anymore. Or, well, I can understand not anymore, but why they stopped using that word so quickly. I know you probably want to hear what the camera is that I have in the boot of the car. I will reveal that later. And I haven't gotten a new one yet, even though on this video, maybe also on that side video, I was telling how I'm going to get a new camera for my video work. But I haven't gotten anything yet. But as you know, I just picked up a camera that I will test, and I will let you know what it is. But one reason I haven't is that we're doing some renovation at our house or our home, and that takes a lot of money. So the camera, getting a new camera right now is quite expensive. And talking about expensive, the most expensive camera so far is Leica Zero Series number 105. It was auctioned with a whopping 14.4 million euros. That's a lot of money for a camera. There aren't many of those legendary first Leica cameras, so that's why some collector paid pretty high amount from a camera. Can you imagine 14.4 million for a camera? That's like, what on earth? But if you have a lot of money, and money is nothing, and you're a collector, why not? And then what about the most expensive photograph? And I have to check so that I say the name of the photograph right. It is this image by Man Ray. The image is called Ingress Violin. And Man Ray is an interesting photographer and a image maker and visual artist. And he actually invented rayograms, which are photographs made without a camera. Rayography was his invention. So take a look at him. I will put a link to his work in the description, like I will put all the links that were my sources when I made this video. And next stop is a coffee session with a friend that I haven't seen for a long time. But it's a possibility that you know the guy. I'm not filming myself while driving, because there are two things. If I was filming, there's attempting to look at the camera, and I don't want to do that. I want to look straight to the road. And another thing is that because we're driving on the right side of the road, I would film my right side of my face, because the study says that left side is in most cases your better side on your face. So next time you're taking a portrait, why not ask a model to turn the head to the right so that you can get the left side of the profile. Hey, there he is. This is the friend I was talking about earlier. How you doing?
Good to see you, Peter.
Yeah, so how is it here in Finland?
Oh, right now it's good. It's summer finally. But when I first arrived, it was a shock because the temperature was almost sub-zero.
Oh no, not even close. I think it's nice. It's 25 Celsius right now, so it's nice. I'm making a video about a fun fact about photography. Do you have any?
Fun fact.
Some odd facts that you come across. If not, we'll go and have a coffee and you can think about it. We don't have any right now.
Let me have a coffee first,
yeah,
and I'll come up with something.
Yeah, I know you will. Okay, now that we had the coffee, did you come up with some fun facts?
Fun fact about Leica. They are the oldest camera manufacturer in the world. And I think it's a fun fact because the whole business is dominated by the Japanese, but Leica is the oldest and they are from Germany and they are doing well.
Yeah, that's how would I say it, remarkable, because they're kind of niche camera brand.
Yes.
Like you were talking about Leica over there, only very wealthy dentist has those, which is kind of funny. That's actually true.
But there must be a lot of those wealthy dentists because Leica is selling well.
Yes, it is. But that was the friend that I met, and I haven't seen him for a while because he just got back to Finland, and we just decided we'll make some content together this summer.
Definitely.
Maybe. Let's see if we can fit in the same video.
Yeah, well, let's see.
Let's see. All right. We'll see you later. Bye.
Good to be in your video.
And yeah, still two things in the video to say. The most watched or looked at photograph is called The Bliss. And believe it or not, you've probably seen it many times because it's the screenshot of Windows XP, or the, what do you call the thing in the computer screen, whatever that is called. And it was taken with the film Mamiya RZ7 or 67. It was bought from a stock agency, so the photographer, which name I always forget, is known, Charles O'Rear took that photograph. He never got a really good money for that because it was bought from a stock agency. So Microsoft went so-called cheap-ass way on that one. And then the next one is the camera that I have. It is the Fujifilm, what is it actually? X-H2S. And I will make a video about this and talk about this camera in a later video. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.